Hello and welcome. Sometimes the most difficult parts of our lives, our deepest wounds, can actually become the very source of our greatest purpose. Today, we're going to dive into a really personal story about exactly that kind of transformation. Wow. Just take a moment with that sentence. What once was my greatest shame has become my greatest testimony of His mercy. That right there, that's the heart of everything we're talking about today. It's such a powerful truth, isn't it? Let's unpack the incredible journey that led to those words.
All right, so let's get into this story of grace. This isn't something that happened overnight. We're actually going to follow a path that stretches over decades, a path filled with hidden struggles, some truly miraculous moments, and in the end, a beautiful mission that was born directly from healing.
So, if you look at this journey, you can see this incredible pattern of struggle and grace playing out. It all starts back in the teenage years, a daily marijuana addiction that was kept completely hidden, even while building a successful career. And isn't that just a powerful reminder of how we can hide our deepest pains from the world? Then, fast forward to 2013, and there's this huge breakthrough. After going to reconciliation, the desire is just miraculously gone. But the story doesn't end there. About a year ago, a really painful relapse happens, and it brings back not just the addiction, but all that shame and feeling of failure. And all of that sets the stage for what happened during Lent this year, a truly divine and complete healing.
Now, it's really important to understand the context behind that relapse. This wasn't just a simple slip-up. It was tied to some absolutely crushing grief. Can you imagine? She lost her father and her husband within just 33 days of each other. In the middle of that unbelievable sorrow, she turned to prayer, really clinging to her faith, even as those old habits started to creep back in. It's just such a deeply human story, right? It shows how overwhelming pain can sometimes pull us back to places we thought we had left behind for good.
But that desperate reliance on prayer, well, it wasn't in vain. It led to a moment, a single pivotal moment where everything that was hidden was finally brought into the light, and that's when everything changed.
And you can really see that shift here. I mean, look at the contrast. When everything was in darkness, you had the concealed addiction, the constant effort to numb the pain, and that heavy, overwhelming shame. But once it's brought into the light, it's completely transformed. The chains of addiction are severed. The pain becomes a liberating testimony, and that sense of failure, it becomes the foundation for a mission to help others heal. It's just incredible.
Okay, so here's where the story takes this incredible turn. It was the first Sunday of Lent, just this year. She's in prayer, and suddenly, something physical and, extraordinary starts to happen. Her entire body just began to shake.
And it didn't stop there. The experience got even more intense. It wasn't just shaking anymore. She describes it as waves of heat surging through her. You can just feel that something really, really profound is happening in that moment.
And even with all of that intensity, even though there was no logical way to explain what was happening to her body, she had this deep, unshakable certainty inside. She just knew. She knew that God was at work.
And then, when it was all over, the result was just immediate. It was total. The desire for alcohol, the desire for marijuana, those chains she'd been carrying for so long, they were just gone. Not weaker, not lessened, completely and totally gone.
At first she was actually hesitant to share any of this. She still felt that embarrassment about the relapse. But then, in prayer, she felt this question from the Lord. Are you not going to glorify me? And that one question, it changed everything. It was the push she needed to move from hiding in shame to boldly telling everyone about the mercy she'd received. It turned her private healing into a public testimony of faith.
So, after hearing a story like that, it's kind of natural to start thinking about our own lives, isn't it? So let's just take a quiet moment together and turn this story inward. I'm just going to pose a few gentle questions for you to reflect on.
First, what burdens are you carrying in silence? We all have them, don't we? Those things we keep hidden, the struggles we try to face all on our own. Just what comes to mind for you?
And think about this. When the pain felt unbearable, she turned to things that only numbed it for a while. So when pain feels overwhelming in your life, where do you turn for comfort? What's your instinct?
And one last thought. Seeing the incredible freedom she found. Just imagine for a second, what kind of healing might begin for you if you were able to bring your own wounds into the light?
A journey like this really shows us something important. Our healing is very rarely just for us. So often God uses it to prepare us for a purpose, a mission to walk alongside others on their path.
And this is the beautiful result of her healing journey. Her own deliverance led her to create the Soul, Mind, and Body Retreat. It makes so much sense, right? Because she knew the pain of hiding, she wanted to create a sanctuary where other women would never have to feel that. It's a really intimate setting, for just 12 women at a time, so it can be a truly safe space, a space to be seen, to be known, and to finally lay down those heavy burdens. The whole mission is built on the truth that she lived herself. Healing begins the moment we stop hiding.
And really, this is the simple, powerful message at the end of it all. Jesus has healed me. He longs to heal you too. Her healing isn't just her story. It's a testament to the healing that's available for every single one of us. It's a personal invitation of hope for you and for me.
For more uplifting reflections and faith-based insights, visit holyhighlights.com and subscribe.